Hey guys, and welcome back. I just thought I'd do a quick video on pruning these tomatoes and why it's a little bit essential. It just depends on what sort of growth you're after. Tomatoes. So there are two types of tomatoes. They're indeterminate and there's determinate. Now these two phrases, they're actually definitions of their growth. So a determinate variety is pretty much the easiest way for me to remember it. Is it's determined to grow to a certain height and then stop. An indeterminate variety is indeterminate about what it wants to do, and it'll just keep on growing until the next frost, or we don't look after it and it just dies. This is a Rapunzel tomato, so it's a cherry tomato. I got this from the shops a couple of weeks ago. I've been looking after it ever since. I got this because it's supposed to give us about 5 foot long trusses, which I'm doing a vertical garden in an archway, so I'm hoping to have 5 foot long trusses hanging down. Should look really, really good. So I'm hoping to try this one out this year and go from there now. So something that a lot of tomato growers know, but us beginners, we sort of just scratch our heads trying to figure it out. Is pruning. Now these guys will use energy. It's all about energy consumption. Now with these guys, it's either growing leaves and growing the tree with a little bit of tomatoes going on, or it's growing heaps of tomatoes with not much leaves going on. It can either grow the fruit or it can grow the leaves. So you just got to try and minimize it, and you just got to sort of work out whilst it's growing and it's just a little seedling. You want it to grow up. You want it to grow up nice and high, big and strong. You want to start cutting off all these little suckers and all these little leaves down the bottom, because it's just wasted energy for them. Now if we were talking about a determinate variety, that would be a short shrubby sort of scenario. So you want to let that sort of grow, and then it'll just grow out and do its own thing. Pruning on them, whole different ball game. You only want to take a few of the leaves out and that's it, leaving all the suckers there. So in a nutshell, more leaves, less fruit. More fruit, less leaves. Pretty simple. It's just a case of trying to look after it. So we're going to be potting this a little bit later on. I'll do a separate video on that. But for now, we'll just get into pruning it. I've got a different plant that I'm going to show you. I don't seem to be able to get this plant in focus, so we're going to skip straight onto my second seedling, and we'll go from there. So this is the trunk, and then we'll have a leaf coming off the side of it. And then in between the leaf and the trunk, we have a sucker. Now these, whilst we're growing our little seedlings and we're trying to get some height out of it and trying to get a nice mature plant, these have to go, because these will literally suck all the energy out of the plant, and these will start to create the tomatoes, and you'll get the flowers, and that's where these come on. So that's where these have to go. So we're just going to chop that straight off right now. So as we come up, we can see another one. We've got a leaf and the trunk, and in between it we've got a little sucker coming out, so we're going to cut him off as well. And then we come up, it's just behind the camera, behind the trunk. I'm just going to nab this little one out. And then there's another one just in here, so we're going to nab him out as well. And there's another one just up here. So as you can see, there's so many here, and this will stunt the plant's growth. So now that we've got all the suckers off, I want to actually just prune the leaves back. Now I know we're looking at the back of the plant, it's just a lot more that we can see back here than what there is at the front. So these first 4 leaves are going to come off, because I want to actually plant these tomatoes into the pot a little bit deeper. If you have a quick look down here, I hope you guys can see that. You'll see a whole heap of little hairs, or what looks like little hairs. Now if we can plant them into the ground and get the soil above it, each one of those hairs will turn into a new root. More roots, more energy, more feeding, more goodness, bigger tomatoes, bigger plants. So for now we're going to cut off the bottoms. And we'll take this one here off as well. So as you can see, I'm all finished with the pruning. I've taken off the bottom leaves, I've taken off all the suckers. Don't go too hard with it all, guys, because the plants still need a few leaves. Don't really think a few, maybe a little bit more than a few, but they still need leaves to do the whole photosynthesis thing. And yeah, without the leaves, they just can't do it. So you got to leave a few on there, and as the plant grows, you'll be able to prune it right back. And I'll be doing more videos about that at a later stage. Once again, this is just my way of pruning. I found this way to sort of work. I found it on YouTube myself through other gardening channels, and it's worked a treat for them, worked a treat for me last year. So I just thought, you know, I'd do a quick video and just show you how I do it and how I learned to do it. And yeah, so on the potting. So that'll be the next video. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day.